back from the break. Sorry for the long extended break, but they shut us down on YouTube. So we're trying to get it back up. Are we back up on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, we good.
All right, all praises. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties, Israel. Give me, let's go back. Let's go to the other book. Let's go to the other book real quick. We wasted a lot of time. Yep. A tropical dependency. Remember, we dealt with the Fulani. We're dealing with the Fulani. Go back to the other book real quick. I want to show something before we blow it up. Where is it at? Go down.
Is that in oral traditions?
Nah. Hold on. Somebody say something. What y'all doing? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Somebody say something real quick.
Oh, see, I can't. It's your turn, man.
Hold on. Let me find this page real quick. I posted the wrong page.
Now, I find it interesting here. It says the chronicles ceased after Solomon. After Solomon, we know what happened. The split of the nation, then the different captivities and whatnot. So it makes sense that their chronicles ceased after that because there was a lot of turbulence and turmoil after Solomon came out of power. You know, you had Rehoboam and the split, the Syrians. It was a lot of
and we were fleeing.
Yeah, we were fleeing.
So we barely,
there. So there was a lot of stuff going on. So it makes sense. It aligns with the timeline of of our history and the scriptures. So.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Hey, pull this page up. I'll put it on the Telegram. Yep. There's something I want out of this page. Come on. Page 150. Yep. Blow that up real quick. So this is the page we should have read before. We'll read it from the top.
Affairs of West Africa. It is significant that the son and successor of Othman Dan Fodio, Sultan Bello of Hausa, second Fulani ruler over the Hausa states, in the history of the Sudan, written in Arabic characters, which he gave to Clapperton, describes the tow roofs.
The tow roofs. That's what we want to do. The Fulani was also called the tow roofs. Go ahead.
Who may, I think, be identified with the Torodos.
Right. The Torodos. Go ahead.
A sect of Fulani greatly looked up to as having originated from the Jews.
That's what I wanted. All right. So letting you know the Fulani that was us, the Jews. Okay. What happened? Why would we call it Fulani now? We started following Islam. We started following, we were being persecuted. Islam was forced on us. All right. Go ahead. Read on.
Mungo Park, when writing of his experiences among the Mandingos.
So Mungo Park, we have his book as well. He sat among the Mandingos. Go ahead.
Who appeared to have been converted to Islam by the Fulani.
So the conversion started with the Fulani, and then it spread over into the Mandingos. All right, we was all the same people. But remember, Ishmael came in, and they forced their religion on us. Give me Jeremiah 3:2 real quick. Like I said, we're going to do the prequel next, Life Last, Lord's Will Life Last, next show. The prequel of, we're going to start with the Arabs, the history and so forth, and then how they got into Africa and forced the religion on us. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Read.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with. In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness.
So we sat for Ishmael in the wilderness, in Africa. All right? They forced their religion on us by persecuting us. Okay, remember in the book with Labagola, he said after persecutions, we fled further down into Africa. All right, because why? Ishmael came in, the Arabs came into North Africa and started going mayhem on us. All right? Read it again.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with.
Right, who we have not been in slavery to. Go ahead.
In the ways hast thou sat for them.
If you're sitting for someone, you're doing what? You're learning from them. If you're sitting from someone, you're learning from them. Go ahead.
As the Arabian in the wilderness.
So we sat for Ishmael in the wilderness. All right, now go back to the book. Finish up. Mungo Park.
Mungo Park, when writing of his experiences among the Mandingos, who appear to have been converted to Islam by the Fulani, with whom they have been in close relationship, amiable, and the reverse, for many centuries, observed a similar widespread knowledge of incidents in Old Testament history.
So hold on, the Mandingos. So remember, said the Fulani. Remember, say they originated from the Jews. Well, if they became Muslims and they forced Islam on the Mandingos, who were the Mandingos? They were Jews as well before, right? They were Jews as well before. Go ahead.
Such as the death of Abel, the lives of the patriarchs.
So we had Genesis. We had the death of Abel. Go ahead.
The lives of the patriarchs.
The lives of the patriarchs. Read.
Joseph's dream.
Joseph's dream.
And so on.
Shout out to Joseph's dream.
Facts.
Go ahead.
Winterbottom is equally emphatic. The customs of these people, the Fulani, he says, bear a striking resemblance to those of the Jews described in the Pentateuch. And after Muhammad,
the Pentateuch is the Old Testament. Go ahead.
And after Muhammad, Moses is held by them in the highest estimation. There is some uniformity, too, between the following descriptive passages. The first is from Kenrick, American edition. The second from Liang's History of the Sulima people and their relations with the Fulani.
That's all I want. Give me the next book now. A Tropical Dependency. Still dealing with the Fulani. Watch this.
We learn by extracts from the Hausa record, of which the original has unfortunately been destroyed, that the people of Ghana were anciently known by the name of Toruth or Taru.
So he letting you know the people of Ghana were Jews. That's what he's saying. The people of Ghana, of the Empire of Ghana, were Jews. That was us. All right? All those great empires was us. All right, go ahead.
And that they claimed to have come from the territory lying between the Tigris and the Euphrates.
Pull me up a map of the Tigris and the Euphrates. We brought this out before, but I'm just rehashing it. The Tigris and the Euphrates. Pull me up a map of where the Tigris is and the Euphrates. Are you able to give me the map? Yep. I want like I don't want nothing zoomed in. I want brothers and sisters to see the whole map. Yeah, right here. That green one. Get the green. Get the green. Go down. Go up. I meant. Go up. Right there. Let me see that one. Yep, that's good. Blow it up. Are we able to do a side by side this time? You know I like the side by side thing. Huh? Yes, sir. We can do yeah, let's try to do it real quick. Side by side. I like that. So remember, they said we came from over by the Tigris and the Euphrates. All right, yeah. All right, if you could blow the tropical dependency, if you could blow the book up. Yep.
Just zoom in a little bit. That's all.
Okay, just zoom into it.
Yeah, that's good. Back it up right there. Perfect. All praise.
All the praise.
Read it. Read from the top again.
We learn by extracts from the Hausa record, of which the original has unfortunately been destroyed, that the people of Ghana were anciently known by the name of Toruth or Taru.
So Toruth or Taru, remember that's the Fulani. Remember that's the name they also went under. Go ahead.
And that they claim to have come from the territory lying between the Tigris and the Euphrates.
So they claim to come from the Tigris and the Euphrates. Now look at the map. Where's the Tigris River and the Euphrates River? Okay, you see it's in the so-called Middle East. The so-called Middle East.
Boom.
Where's the bomb?
Boom.
They know that they came from pretty much the land of Israel. Okay, that's what they're saying. But he just as a whole just said, look, the Middle East, the Tigris and the Euphrates. That's what we told him. All right, watch this. Read on.
In other words, they claim descent from the Assyrians or the Babylonians.
We don't claim descent from them. We was in their captivities.
Right.
That's what we meant. And we fled. We fled into Africa. All right. Round the Syrian captivity, round what's that round? What?
The Syrian? No, I got something that's gonna tie in great with.
Yo,
all
bring
this.
it out, bring it out, bring it out.
I posted a Instagram link. It's a sister.
So we fled into as far as the Syrians. So that was the Syrian captivity. We fled into Africa, and the Babylonian captivity. We fled into Africa. So we was letting them know that's the area we came from. But you know how Esau do. Esau like to switch things up.
So it's saying the Fulani went from the Assyrian captivity into Africa, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's put that Instagram video up. If y'all could download it, it'll be better. Real quick. But this is gonna, cause I see as we're talking about the Fulani, there's a word in Spanish that we use.
Bring it out.
We use it. It says it's fulano, and it's speaking about. It said fulano allá, meaning this person's this so and so, this person there, this person there. I'm like, that sounds a lot like Fulani. Okay. Then I remember this video that I watched on the sister. She's a historian. She's a doctor of history.
Okay.
That I watched where she mentioned where that word fulano comes from.
Uh-oh.
And then I looked up. There's another document I posted. Y'all got the video up already? Downloaded? Okay. Then I have another. Actually, let's just put the document up, the other one that I posted after the link. And it ties beautifully with what we're just going over right now.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Put it up, the page. Read the top first, and then it could go to the highlighted.
The Fulas.
Yep.
And their language.
So go down to the highlighted.
The form Fulani, Fulain or Falain, thus really comes from an Arabic plural form, Fulan, which is frequently used by Arabic authors of the Western Sahara.
The Western Sahara, Timbuktu, so on and so forth of what we've been talking about lately, right? So Fulani, Fulan, means the same thing, right? It comes from the same word, Fulan.
How old is this book?
It's a document. I can't get it. You have to get a subscription.
Okay.
But they give you this preview. It's from the Fulas and Their Language by H.R. Palmer and H.H. Johnston in 1923. 1923, volume 22, number 86.
These books is written at the same time, around the same time.
Yeah? All praises. So, y'all got the video? Yeah? All right. Let's just hear what she got to say. Remember, Fulani comes from Fulan, right?
Right.
You can play it.
If you're Spanish Caribbean or you're Arab, it's likely that you've heard the word fulano or fulan. But what you didn't know is that this is actually the same word. So check this out. If you're from the Dominican Republic and you say fulano, you're referring to that person over there, so-and-so, that person that you don't know, fulano. So that actually comes from the Arabic word fulan, which means the same exact thing. You use fulan in Arabic to talk about some random person or a person's. Now I know this because I'm Dominican, and as I was learning Arabic, I was seeing the word fulan everywhere, and I would just laugh out loud because in my country, it's a pretty comical word. Like when you use fulano, you're talking about, oh, this homie over there. Oye, fulano, ¿a dónde tú vas? Ese fulano se acercó a mí y comenzó a hablar una caballa que yo ni sabía lo que él estaba diciendo. Like, it's usually comical. So if you're not Dominican...
So now I understand where we got that word from.
Dang.
The Fulani also came over here
Yes.
as slaves.
I have a book on that.
So yeah, I was putting two and two together as you're going through the
a lot of the Fulani, they were hey, damn, since we on it. Hey, did y'all scan that page in the book West African? Did I tell you what page is scanning there? No. But I don't have the other book to go with it. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, someone talk.
Hey, just like also your king was bringing out, this is Northern Kingdom. The Fulani said they came from the Euphrates. Why? Because the Assyrian captivity. Let's get that 2nd Esdras 13 really quick. 2nd Esdras 13, verse 40, and then jump to verse 43.
2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
The 10 tribes was comprised of the Northern Kingdom, which was Hispanics and natives. Read on.
Whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
Read on.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen, and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
So a lot of them came together and said, yo, let's leave this place and go to a land where never mankind dwelt. But that wasn't all of them. We're reading about another group that stayed there and traveled down throughout Africa. Jump to verse 43 now.
And they entered into Euphrates.
Into where?
Into Euphrates.
Why did they enter in through the Euphrates? Because they were dwelling in that area. Just like we just read about the Fulani. They said we came between Euphrates and Tigris. So Northern Kingdom didn't just only come to America. A lot of them did end up staying in that region, and they traveled down into Africa. Thus come the Fulani and other tribes.
Damn, so wait, hold on. So the Fulani, so it's Arabic. So when they called us Fulani, they said they probably
Those people over there.
Those people over there.
Yeah.
That's it. They just referred to us as those people over there.
Right.
That's what Ishmael was
Those
doing.
people, those people over there.
Yeah.
Like
nah,
nothing.
them people over there. Oh yeah, they Fulanis. So when Esau was coming amongst us and studying, because they would ask Ishmael,
Who are those people?
who are those people right there? They
those people.
they Fulanis. They Fulanis.
They're just those people.
And now Ishmael
Fulani.
Fulanis. But they know who we are.
Yeah.
They're trying to hide our identity.
Yeah, they try to hide our identity, so they just call us whatever the other nations will call us.
And mind you, we had to get our identity. You have to go to the Fulanis and say, yo, who are you? Where you come from?
Yeah.
We come from the Middle East, so-called Middle East, from between the Tigris, the Euphrates. We are the Jews. That's who we are.
Now, it's heavy that bro, that's heavy that you brought that up because there's a book I have, and it was showing how, it was showing about Mohammedan Negroes that we came over here on slavery, following Islam.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of a lot of the Mohammedan Negroes we went to Brazil, so that was, like Northern Kingdom went to Brazil, and the book that they about to scan now is going to tie in. I'll bring that book in next week.
There's a lot of Arabic words in Spanish.
Yeah.
A lot.
Hey, I want y'all to do
But
me
now it makes sense. Why?
Hey, look up this brother. Look up this brother real quick. We ain't even getting to Ishmael yet. It's okay.
It all ties together.
It all ties together. Hey, look up this brother. I'm going to show you something. Let me show you something. Hold on. His name is Abdul. Go to Wikipedia, type in Abdul. Type in Abdul. Hold on. Damn.
Let's Can I get a script?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Psalms 83. I guess we can start from verse 1 down to 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Read.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So here's telling us that God has enemies and they have lifted up their head. How have they lifted up their head against the Most High? Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
The way they lifted up their head against God is that they've taken crafty counsel against his people. There's a specific people on this earth, which are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And God's enemies have taken what? Crafty counsel against us. Read.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they came together and they consulted against us, God's people. Read.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation,
Read.
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So now we're still calling us ourselves Fulani, Fulano, Fulan. Those people over there. We're going to call them anything else but Israel. So the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance. We're not going to call them Israel. We've consulted amongst each other against the Most High, against his people, to make sure they don't remember their name Israel. We'll call them anything under the sun but Israel. Fulan, in this case, Fulani, Fulan, Fulano on this side of the world, or Fulana, the feminine portion. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They came together and they consulted together. Read.
They are confederate against thee.
Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
We know who that is. The so-called white man, the Edomites, the red man on this earth. That's culprit number one. What's number two?
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites, which is the topic of this class today. The Ishmaelites. We know Esau's a damn devil. We know the white man's a devil. But guess what? Culprit number two is Ishmael. These so-called Arabs today. They called us out of our names too. They enslaved us. They raped us. They pillaged us. They sold us on slavery in ships as well.
Right.
And that's who we're talking about today.
You know, it's sad. A lot of the sayings and terms that we use today, a lot of stuff come from slavery and from us. You know, we still keep the cultures that we had in Africa that we once had. So that's crazy that term, we still using it, but the generation today, we don't know what we're using it for. We don't know what it means. So unless you researching, you looking into it,
That's why it says that in Ecclesiastes 1 about there's nothing new under the sun, but there's no remembrance of those things. And prepare yourself for the search of your fathers. You're never going to know the things connect until you actually go do the research.
Hey, read this real quick, just to go along. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but read this.
Omar Ibn Said.
So Omar, son of Said,
African Muslim enslaved in the Carolinas.
So he was an African Muslim enslaved in the Carolinas. Read this. Watch this.
In July 1825, a Philadelphia journal, The Christian Advocate, published a short biographical sketch of Prince Moro.
So he was a prince. Go ahead.
By an unnamed physician at Fayetteville in North Carolina.
Hey, hold on. Give me Deuteronomy 17:15. I think it's 17:15. No, I'm sorry. Deuteronomy 28. And but your king shall come over.
Yeah.
36.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 36.
Read.
The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
So you had a lot of us, a lot of our people that came over that was kings and so forth of a royal lineage. You also have his name was Abdul Rahman. He was also a prince that came over. He was enslaved in Mississippi. All right, his name was Abdul Rahman. He was also a Muslim. All right, remember we was in those areas. And Islam was forced on us. So just like with the Fulani, we spoke Arabic. We had Arabic influence, but we knew we were the Jews. We understood we were the Jews. We knew we were the Jews. All right, so go back to the book.
The piece describes a remarkable runaway.
Go ahead.
The piece describes a remarkable runaway slave who, after being captured and jailed in Fayetteville, wrote in a masterly hand, writing from right to left, in what was, to local observers, an unknown language.
What was it? Read.
The unknown language was Arabic.
So he was writing Arabic. He was still writing Arabic in his old age. Go ahead.
And the remarkable runaway was Omar Ibn Said, an African Muslim who had studied arithmetic, business, and theology before he was enslaved.
He was studying all of this in Africa. All right. Remember, we was in those areas like Timbuktu. We had the Mandi language, the Bambaras. They called the Bambaras. They called us the Wolofs. All right. We had all these different names and titles. All right. Over in Africa. Go ahead. From the different tribes. Go ahead.
shipped across the Atlantic, and sold in Charleston, South Carolina at age 37. In 1831, Said composed his autobiography in Arabic.
So he even wrote that in Arabic. Go ahead.
The manuscript was later translated and published in the American Historical Review. In July 2013, 1,182 years after he first recorded his history, documenting the American South commemorates the life of Omar Ibn Said and other enslaved African Muslims, highlighting several items from our digital collection of North American slave narratives.
All right, go down to the second portion here, and then we gotta get back to the book. I want to bring something out real quick before we end. Go ahead.
Omar Ibn Said, also referred to as Umero, Moro, Morale, and Monroe, was born around 1770 in an African region then called Futa Toro, near the Senegal River, which now forms Senegal's northern border with Mauritania.
Go ahead.
After he was enslaved and sold to
that's that was like the central portion of Africa. All right, near the central portion, but all the way West Africa, Futa Toro. Okay, that's where the Fani, that's where all those tribes was that's where we was at. That's where we was staying at, around those areas.
Lobagola, he said he went from Morocco down to Timbuktu. Mauritania is right under Morocco.
Yep.
So all that region.
Go ahead, read.
After he was enslaved and sold to a South Carolina planter, Said escaped and made his way to Fayetteville, North Carolina, where he was imprisoned after entering a Christian church to pray. Said garnered attention by writing on the walls of his prison cell in Arabic, and he soon became the legal property of General James Owen of Bladen County.
That's in North Carolina. Go ahead.
Who recognized Said to be an educated man and, according to Said's autobiography, treated him well.
Right. So that goes with what Officer Yakim was bringing out. We're going to bring out more history as we go into these episodes. All right. Now go back to the book real quick, and then I want you to get the other post the other book I want you to get. Read it from the top again.
We learn the extracts from the Hausa record, of which the original has unfortunately been destroyed, that the people of Ghana were anciently known by the name of Toruth or Taru, and that they claim to have come from the territory lying between the Tigris and the Euphrates.
Read.
In other words,
that's in the Near East. They call it. Go ahead.
They claim descent from the Assyrians or the Babylonians.
Why? We was in those captivities. That's why. Read.
Both peoples who had their origin in the Taurus Mountains and reached their highest development in the valley of the Euphrates and the Tigris.
Right. Go ahead.
If the migration of the people of Ghana formed part of the movement impelled by the Chaldean conquest of Babylon.
You see what he's saying? Read that part again.
If the migration of the people of Ghana.
If the migration of the people of Ghana, the empire of Ghana, read.
Formed part of the movement impelled by the Chaldean conquest of Babylon.
Formed the part of the movement that was forced by the Chaldeans. Go ahead. Of the conquest of Babylon. Go ahead.
This would carry their settlement in Africa back to the 7th century before Christ.
Back to the 7th century. Give me go to Wikipedia. Just type in 7th century BC.
That was during the Assyrian captivity.
Yep. During the Syrian captivity.
From 700 BC to 600.
7th century BC. Just type in 7th century BC. Go ahead. Blow it up. Come on. Right. We going. Right. It says the 7th century BC began the first day of 700 BC and ended the last day of 601 BC. So between 700 and 601, that's when we fled. Right? Go down. What was happening around this time? The Assyrian Empire. It says map of the Neo-Assyrian Empire at their apex in 671 BC. Remember, they was conquered 606?
It was conquered in 606.
Yeah, 606 by the Babylonians. Yep. Okay, so we were fleeing around that time. They know that. All right.
Can I get a script? Ezra 4.
Go,
just to show, real quick, Ezra 4 and 2, and then Ezra, that same chapter, verse 10. Because this is during that same time. Sarhadon was ruling, and Ashurbanipal of Assyria. Read.
The book of Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Asaradon.
These are the heathen talking, right? To us. Read.
Since the days of Asaradon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither.
So Ashur, right? Assyria, these kings were taking northern kingdom out of the land and putting heathen there. You think he got all northern kingdom? No. A lot of northern kingdom was fleeing where? Fleeing into Africa to get away from Assyria trying to capture us and put us in their cities. Now read verse 10.
And the rest of the nations whom the great and noble Asnapper
Asnapper's Ashurbanipal, he came after Sarhadon, read.
brought over and set in the cities of Samaria.
So throughout this 7th century that we're talking about, you had the kings of Assyria going and raiding the northern kingdom and taking them into other cities and transplanting other nations in that region. You think northern kingdom wasn't trying to get away when Assyria came? Yes, they were. We're reading the history about that. We were fleeing where? Into Africa, just like we always do. Flee into Africa for safety, for comfort. That's what we always do. And that's what happens. And then what we have now? We have the Ishmaelites going into Africa, enslaving us, and bringing us what? Selling us to Esau and bringing us over here. And throughout the entire world. It wasn't just on this side of the world, because our slavery is global. The 4 corners of the earth. So, yeah, that's what.
Right. Hey, go back to the article. I forgot to show you the picture of the brother. Go back to that article we had up. Yeah, I forgot to get the picture of the brother.
It's on the top right.
Yeah, blow that up.
Oh, look at that.
Blow it up. So that's Omar Ibn Said. Omar Ibn Said. All right. So that's a picture of him in his later age. I think he lived to like 100, I believe. All right. So that's him in his later age. All right. All praises. Now, get me
Hey, yo, it's not to go off topic, too. There's another Arab slave trader whose last name was Said as well. And he was one of the ones responsible for taking the Bantus into India. So that last name that he had came from a slave trader as well.
You have the article?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Going out of
But I
songs.
want to...
Yeah, hold on.
Nah, y'all can finish it. I want to take it off the course.
Why you say, uh-oh?
He's going outside of Psalms. Unknown territory. No man's land for him.
Something's wrong with y'all, bro.
Hey, go ahead, get that by India. Go ahead and get that by India real quick.
Please.
He says uncharted territory. Oh, shoot. Remember, remember we talked about the Fulani, how they were following Islam. They had Arabic influence. They was writing Arabic. We see the brother Omar Ibn Said. He wrote fluent Arabic. That's all he wrote. But where did it come from? What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so that's Said Syed. So this was around that time, 1790 to 1856. He was one of the main ones that was a part of the slavers that were bringing slaves into India and as well as other places. But read down. Just that first part.
Said, also known as Said bin Sultan, was a resourceful and energetic sultan of Oman who moved the capital from Arabia to Zanzibar in order to initiate clove production and also greatly expanded the East African slave trade. Said's father, Sultan bin Ahmed, 1804, ruled Oman from 1792 to 1804 when he died on an expedition. His mother was Saida Ghanaya bint Saif al-Busadi.
So the point is, he was one of the main ones that was a part of that slave trade from East Africa. That was the main one. But the point I wanted to show you is that that name Said, that name came from an Arab as well. And that's also where the name Sidis came from. Said. That's where the name came from.
Damn.
And it's Oman. Not Oman.
All right, we got, what, 5 minutes? Hey, bring that book up real quick. The bishop has used this book numerous times. Come on, Timbuktu and the Hausa. It's in the Telegram. Real quick. Come on. Got like 5 minutes. I just want you to read Yahudi, page 187, Yahudi. As a matter of fact, get the cover of the book. With the cover. It's the next page. Yep. Look, what's the year? Read the title and then get the year down at the bottom.
An
Hurry
account of Timbuktu and Hausa, 1820.
All right, 1820. Go to the page. Come on.
Page 187, Yehudi, a place of great trade.
So Yehudi, a place of great trade. Go ahead.
This place is reported to be inhabited by one of the lost tribes of Israel.
By who?
One of the lost tribes of Israel.
Read.
Possibly an immigration
From the tribe of Judah. Read.
Yehuda in African Arabic signifies Judah. Yehudi signifies Jew.
Mm-hmm.
It is not possible that many of the lost tribes of Israel may be found dispersed in the interior regions of Africa.
Read.
When we shall become better acquainted with that continent, it is certain that some of the nations that possessed the country eastward of Palestine, when the Israelites were a favorite nation, have immigrated to Africa.
Now, do you have get a map real quick? It's got to be quick. It's got to be quick. Get a map. Just put Bodwich, B-O-D, W-I-C-H, put map. Bodwich map, Yehudi. Put Bodwich map of Yehudi. Got to be quick. Bodwich map of Yehudi. That's not how you spell Yehudi. We just looked at Yehudi. We just looked at it.
But Yuddy.
Yuddy. Come on, guys.
Yehudi, yeah, A. Yep.
That's a broadcast scene.
There you go.
New name, same people.
He said, yeah, that's the same word.
Yeti.
Let me see. Go down.
Dang.
Put the year 1747.
I thought light-skinned niggas was supposed to be smart.
There's a dark one back there.
Nah, but the light-skinned one on the computer. And he got glasses.
1747. Let me see. Hold on.
You looking for one that say Negro land?
Nah, it got Yehudi in the actual map. Hey, but go to the next book. Don't worry about it. Go to the next book. Travels in North Africa. Page 111. Yep, page 111. 1927. Travels in North Africa by Nahum Slotz.
I found it.
1920. The map of Yehudi?
Yeah.
Yo, all right. Read this real quick. No, get the map of Yehudi first. He gonna post it up.
So,
It's on the Telegram. Yehudi's at the very top. Like the very top. Yep, there's Yehudi. Blow it up. You can't blow it up a little more? So it's a map of Western Africa. 1817. That's right. All right, 1817. Yehudi's all the way at the top. Right there. All right. So there's Yehudi. That's above the Nigger River. So pretty much in the Sahara, above the Nigger River.
Right above Timbuktu.
It's right above Timbuktu. Yep, right above Timbuktu. Yep, there's Timbuktu. Yehudi's right here. Go up top. That's Yehudi. That's where the tribe, they said that's where we was at. Right? One of the spots that we was at.
yeah,
Now.
Better image. I just posted.
So he posted a better image. Go there real quick.
And like you said, it's all the way at the top in the image.
Yes, this is it.
All the way at the top.
All the way at the very top. There it is. Yehudi, same thing. All right, that's the Nigger River. Timbuktu. Go down to Timbuktu. You can't. It's in the crease. You can barely see it, but yeah, it's right there. But Yahudi up top. Go back up. Go up. Go up. Yahudi is right there. All right, now go to the other book.
That's the in between Timbuktu and Morocco.
Yep.
We read in Lobogola that the
From that
travels. Area. Yep.
Page 111. All right. Go down real quick. Go down. Go down. Go down. All right. All right. Go back up. All right. Read that, and then we're going to end it.
At one time, they professed Judaism, but as the
So at one time, this is talking about us. Read from the top. But there are certain tribes.
But there are certain tribes of the desert which consider themselves bound to the Jews by even closer ties.
Read.
These are the peoples which, with more or less justification, claim a Jewish origin. At one time, they professed Judaism, but as the result of either persecution
So as the result of persecution by the Arabs, read,
or indifference,
read,
they have deserted their faith.
we deserted our laws. We deserted keeping God's laws. Read, why?
Muslims, though they now are, they still
Read it again.
Muslims, though they now are,
So Muslims that we became, go ahead.
they still retain certain customs which point to their Jewish origin,
Like what?
while some still marry only within the tribe.
Uh-huh.
In most cases, these Hebrews by race
So you hear what he said? These Hebrews by race. Go ahead.
and Muslims by faith.
So why? Because the persecution, what we did, well, we was acting like we was Arabs. I mean, we was acting like we was following their religion. Crypto-Jews. But really, they knew we were the Jews. We were Israelites. Go ahead.
Seek to hide their origin.
So we did it to hide our origin. We did not want nobody to know we were the Israelites because they was killing us. They were persecuting us in Africa when the Arabs came in. Read.
Which has become a burden to them.
And it became a burden to us to even, remember in 2 Maccabees 6, it said we couldn't even profess ourselves to be Jews. This was happening all over again in Africa with the Arabs. Go ahead.
But the desert has a long memory. 10 centuries after these conversions, certain tribes, nay, the inhabitants of certain sections of cities, were pointed out to us as
Yahudis. There it go again. Yahudis. Read.
Jews.
So he said, 10 centuries after these conversions, certain tribes, nay, the inhabitants of certain sections of cities were pointed out to us. So guess what? The Arabs are like, yo, they're the Jews. That's the tribe of Judah over there. But they acting like they us. That's what they were saying. But they called us Yahudis. Go ahead.
Numbers of these Islamized Jews.
What he called us?
Islamized Jews.
We was Islamized Jews, he called us. Read.
May be found everywhere among the Freshfana, the Brahmi, the Garani, and Tripoli.
Go down to the next highlight. Oh, start at among the great tribe of the Dagatans.
Highlight it.
Start at you will meet. You see where it says you will meet with them among the nomads?
You will meet with them among the nomads of Algeria, the Masmata, the Small, the Hanasha, the Traras, the Kabbalas, the Mujarin, the Tuat, as well as in the east among the Uled Nun of the Moroccan Sahara.
Read.
Among the great tribe of the Dagatans who dominate the routes to the Sudan and even further.
Watch this.
Non-Jewish by faith. But conscious of their ethnic origin.
But we were conscious of, that's the Fani. Non-Jewish by faith, but we were conscious of our ethnic origin. That's what Mungo Park was saying and De Guerodon was saying. They were like, yo, these dudes, there's something up with them. They not really Muslims. They're not Arabs. They just pretending they're Arabs. But really, they're the Jews. They know Moses and all of them, right? Go ahead.
They are particularly cordial to the Jewish merchants.
Because that's our people. Go ahead.
Very often the Jew is the sole link between these tribes and the outside world. He is often their counselor in perplexity and their arbitrator in disputes.
Right. So with that, we're going to end it. All right. Officer Abaddon.
Hey, Israel, let's give a hand for that class. All praise the Most High.
All praise.
Excellent class. Excellent class. All right, let's get to these announcements. All right. Israel, remember, subscribe to Our Hidden History Radio on YouTube. Make sure you hit the notifications button so you know when we go live, all right? Do not miss a episode. You don't want to be that person that's back 5 episodes and now everybody talking about the things you missed from last week, all right? Also, subscribe to IUIC Philadelphia and IUIC Philadelphia in the Classroom to get camp videos from the captain and officers of IUIC Philly. Do so now. Also, if you'd like to donate to Our Hidden History, you can donate on PayPal to iuic.philadelphia@israelunite.org, and in the comment section put OHH. Help donate to the Booster Club so this gospel can go out to the 4 corners of the earth. Like you see, we're scattered everywhere. If you want to help, you can donate to PayPal to iuic.philadelphia@iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org. Subscribe to IUIC TV to get exclusive content from the leadership, and tune in next to Raven and Wolves Radio. All right, next. All right. We are still doing our missing persons, all right? For this week, we have Kadar Diaz. He is African-American, hair color black, with dreads, about 5'10", and weighs 190 pounds. Qadir was last seen in March 5th, was last seen wearing a silver rope necklace, all black clothing, and Under Armour sneakers. Qadir also has multiple tattoos on both arms. If you see something, report it to your local areas. As the scripture says in Leviticus 5:1, make sure to report all things that you see, all right? Next. All right. And last but not least, we're seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. Okay, so, hey, Israel, pull out your phones, hit that QR code, and give us some feedback. Did you like how the broadcast went? Let us know. You need any names? You got Officer Manny, and I'll give you other ones if you ask. All right? So,
Oh, man.
but that's it, Officer. That's it.
I need that breakdown, officer.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to IT. I know we went through some technical difficulties, but, hey, we made it. All praises. Definitely want to give a shout out to the breakfast team as well.
Yeah, really
all praises for that food. All right. Hey, so tune in next show, Life Last. We're gonna hit the Arabs. Like I said, we're gonna do a prequel. All right, to the show today. We're gonna do a prequel, and we're gonna lead back up to all of this and to the Saharan slave trade. We also gonna go into Ham as well. So remember, we're gonna go around Joel chapter 3. All right, with Tyrese, Aidan, and the Palestinians. All right. So with that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Sacrifice bless.
Sacrifice bless.